Hey everybody, this video is specifically for Leslie Sylvan. She's been requesting an update on the property up here. So we got a bunch of free pallets. You know, we're using them for whatever. We're building a fence here. Well, my wife is building a fence. You saw her tire wall. We'll get to that. We brought up some more tires. She got a job and she is working graveyards, like 4 to 5 11-hour shifts. So she's really kicking ass. We're trying to get out of debt and you know, be able to enjoy this property more. So here we are. Here is previous videos. This is baby girl. This is where we buried our pit bull. The tree is doing great. So she's got a little windmill blowing. It's actually blowing faster than it looks like on the camera, which is weird. But anyway, these little troughs I pulled off the bus, they were hiding the wires around the top, but turns out they work really good to get the water right to the trees. So we got a little dribble going. We'll turn this one down. We've been watering for a couple hours now. So now we just want to get a nice little drip out of it. So this is our peach tree. The bugs got to the top of it, if you can see that. Sorry, it's kind of the fencing makes it weird, but the bottom half is doing good. I treated it about 3 weeks ago. I treated all the trees for bugs, so that hopefully will help. It's a little group of Chinese elms. They've been here about 3 years, but they're not growing very fast. I don't know why. They get plenty of water. I don't know. So, but it is what it is, guys. We just come up here and try to manipulate nature a little. So the water line runs along here. This is actually mint that you're looking at. The mint keeps the bugs away. So we have a lot of that growing at our house. So we took some and brought it up here, and it's doing amazing. The wisteria right here, it's purple Japanese wisteria. It's actually coming around the tree pretty good finally, if you can see it growing up there. So hopefully nobody eats it. The rabbits and the deer have been eating it, but it's supposed to make them sick to their stomach after they eat it. So like maybe they won't eat it anymore. Looks like it might be working. So here's another wisteria with mint growing all around it. You can't really see this one. It's alive in there. But here, I'll show you the little leaf of it. Right there. It's not doing as good as the other one. But like I said, guys, it's all we can do. So this is my wife's wall. It's pretty awesome. So I'll show you. It's just 6-foot slats. And then the back side, she's just got tires, which she filled with sand. She's still working on it. Obviously, it's a work in progress like everything, but so she's got tire posts. She's got pallets screwed in between them, you know, and then that'll give us a little privacy, a little bit of shade right there, which is nice because it was hot today. Even up here, we're at like 6,400 feet up here. It was still like 97 today, so it's cool enough now. This is an apple tree. Like baby girl right there, and the peach tree. Okay, so I just crossed the road. There's the old bus. I've been doing a lot of tractor work lately, but I'll show you that later. This video might end up being longer than I thought. So this Chinese elm was struggling, but this year it finally popped up through the little plastic thing we put on it. It's doing really good, which is exciting. Here's a bunch of pallets, a bunch more pallets she's got saved up. So, whole shit ton of them. This Chinese elm's grown about, I'd say 18 inches this year. Pretty awesome. It was barely above the cone. So it kind of took off this year. We got another group of Chinese elms. This one was planted about 3 years ago from seed, just like that other little group I showed you, except for this group grew about 60 or 70. And I know my old videos show this stuff, so, you know, Probably already seen it. But anyway, it's getting taller. It's probably, this one's, that tallest one there's probably about 3 feet tall. Got some thistle. It's about 5 feet tall. I'll take care of that. I have not chopped down the weeds in a while, guys. I did clear this whole area of trees early spring. I think it was March or April. The trees are, I pushed them way down the hill, but anyway, bunch of dead trees were here. Now there's only a few left. So this Chinese elm, I know everybody fucking hates Chinese elms, but you know what? They grow good. So this guy is like 6 feet tall. Freaking doing great. Looks like a goddamn Christmas tree. It actually outperformed this one, who was the tallest one last year. And now it is only second tallest. Still really close to 6 feet, but not quite as beautiful. I don't know, it's thicker. I'd give them an equal score. You know, one's thicker, one's taller. So, and this is our little wisteria plant that is doing really good. This is our lowest plant we've planted so far. So, same as the other two. Looks like it's getting way too much water. See it flooding over? I don't know why this one likes. It doesn't need a lot. I think it's because it's the last plant on the drip line, so it has the most pressure and it gets the most water, you know, because all the other trees run out of water before this one because it's at the bottom, so it gets it the longest. Doing good. These mullein, that's what this plant is called. I used to call it lamb's ear, but it was incorrect. It's called mullein, and you can actually break it up and dry it up and smoke it, and it's a pain reliever, so that's pretty cool. We actually did. We dried up some from last year and tried smoking it. I don't know if it relieved any pain. I can't vouch for that, but it didn't taste bad. Wasn't as good as weed. So anyway, we've started. We is in the family, mostly me. But I had a bunch of metal over here. Started to try to bury it. I don't have a way to get rid of it up here, so we'll just put it into the mountain and get some good iron. We got a trailer here full of barbed wire. It's been here since I bought the property. So that barbed wire is probably not quite enough, but it's a lot. I think those are 50 or 100 foot rolls. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Anyway, we'll see how far that goes one day when we get enough time. Here's the tire wall. We're gonna build it about 2 tires high. We bought a tractor in. We brought a tractor in this spring, so it's kind of a mess. And then the weeds have started growing. That's what happens. It's just so hot up here. It's hard to get up here, and I'm busier than hell. So anyway, back to this apple tree. There's baby girl. There's the peach tree. A bunch of firewood one day. A couple stacks of pallets. These are cottonwood stumps. I got them from my dad's neighbor. They're pretty cool. They're probably 24 inches in diameter. They're beasts. Maybe even bigger. This bottom one here is probably closer to 30 inches in diameter. Who cares, right? Anyway, I've been building this wall. This is a fucking mess. That whole wood pile is gonna go. We're gonna build this pad out a little more so it'll be nice and flat and clean looking. Try to keep that sage alive if we can. This is grandma tree. This is literally my grandma. So this property burned up in 2012. My grandma died right around that time. I'd like to give you the exact date, but I don't know right now. So this is the only juniper that has grown back on the mountain, which is super cool. Of all the whole burned mountain. Like, let me show you this, guys. Like, and this is just my bowl, right? So everything burned. This is just a tiny little portion of it. So that's my cousin's property up there. That cabin up there is a friend of mine. My uncle's property's right there in the middle. If you see that building right on top, here, I'll zoom in for a sec. Not that one, up there. The fifth wheel and the little top. He owns 20 acres on top. It's a nice little spot, guys. But anyway, you see no trees. The oak brush has been coming back, but there are no trees. So grandma tree is a blessing. I do believe it's my grandma. You guys can make fun of me if you want. I don't give a fuck. And then this is a Chinese elm that my dad planted right before the fire, believe it or not, in like 2011. So it survived and came back, and it was tiny. And I found it about 5 years ago, struggling. So we started watering that. It's looking really good this year. It's finally growing outward instead of just upward. I'd say it's 12 feet tall, maybe 13 if it was straight, and maybe 5 feet wide. Anyway, hopefully that'll grow real fast, because as you can see, that's gonna shade the bus very nicely. Okay, this is another apple tree. I have not dug a water line across the road. So the Gabe tree, which is that Chinese elm, and grandma tree, and this apple tree don't have water to them all the time. So Gabe tree and grandma tree are doing fine as they started on their own. I dug a lake, all my wordage, a pond in between them, right? So I can just fill that up. That holds, excuse me, probably like 50, 60 gallons in that little pond there. I try to do it once a week. Like I said, I haven't been up here for 12 days. Some of my trees are suffering from it. So there's the apple tree. We did a bucket. If you look close, it's got a spike down in the middle of it. Let's see. Yeah, my camera's not gonna focus for you. But anyway, there's a PVC spike in the bottom of the bucket. And that goes down another 12 or 13 inches with holes in it, so it waters the roots of the tree, if you've heard of that. And then we've got these old olive oil jugs, whatever they're called. And they come with spigots already on them right there. So I just fill this guy up, and then it runs down, you know, till it's a spigot, and that gives that tree extra water. So the road's coming along, the oak brush is getting taller. The little blue truck, still badass as ever. So here's a little shot of my property, guys. I own this side of that road the whole way. So all the way down to about where you see those campers on the very left. No, not quite that far, sorry, I'll move the camera. Right to about there, the left of the camera is my property line. And it goes up the little hill a little bit. I'm not gonna walk down there. If you wanna see it, there's a video where I walk from the bottom all the way to the top. And I'd love for you to go check it out. So, here's the rest of the dead trees. I haven't got to these yet. It's kind of steep. If you look, there's a little wash, ravine, whatever you want to call it. It's I get the tractor over there and it gets a little tippy, and I guess I get a little scared, to say the least. But we got most of this done. We'll get those done. I had a little Kubota tractor, a little tiny one. I actually just sold it. I decided it wasn't enough help. So the $330 a month payment will go towards renting a bigger tractor, because I can get a lot more done with a bigger tractor. So anyway, this is the wall that we've been digging out. The property line is those logs right there. So if you can see, there's a tree there. That's a new one. These are all willows. Okay, there's a tree there. There's a tree up in that oak brush that you can't see very good. There's one there. We'll walk up to these guys, actually. How about that? Let's just walk up. So this is my pad. We've been digging and digging. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. We got a shipping container. I don't know if I've showed you that yet. Probably have. And then my uncle is, he builds steel buildings for a living. That's what he does. And he also, when he builds them, he tears them down sometimes. So he gave me all this metal that we must have had some wind, because that one blew off. It was stacked right there. But so that's a bunch of sheeting. It's enough sheeting it's probably 30 pieces of about 25 foot long by 3 foot sheeting. It should go a long ways. These are the trusses, okay? And then over here, these little guys are the truss supports. They go in between all the trusses. So he gave me all that for free. Very nice of him. And then a couple years ago, I was doing another job for him and he gave me this stuff for free. So these are my pillars. These blue pipes here. And then the ones sitting on top of these colored ones, these orange and green ones, are actually pallet racks, if you know what you're looking at. And these guys, this was an old crane, an old engine crane that you'd pull a car under and you could move the crane back and forth. It was 40 feet wide, or 40 feet long, excuse me, which is perfect for that guy. So hopefully this fall I'll get that. It's a lot of work, right? I'll get all those up and then I'll get all that put on top of it and we'll have some nice shade over this beast here. It's my garbage pile. I need to take it home, but I haven't brought the good trailer up in a few weeks, a few months actually. So anyway, there's a Chinese elm again. We're gonna walk around the bus. Now we're gonna go to the top, guys. I wanna show you the pear tree before we go. I know this isn't another video too, but you know, the trees haven't grown a lot, but they're alive, so that makes me happy. So my wife built these stairs last fall, which are super handy. So then we got a willow here. It is struggling, but it seems to be struggling more on the bottom. And the top is doing well, which is the opposite of what I see all the time. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's doing fine. Hopefully. So this is my backyard. I got a lot of shit. Sorry. Not sorry. There's some more pallets, bird cage, some more bricks we use for steps, some stainless steel countertops that are actually staining. So stainless steel my ass, right? If you guys know what this is, I would be interested to see if anyone can guess. Tell me in the comments. So here's from the top. Okay, we were just right down there walking along. So this tree died. That is a thistle you're looking at, but there's a tree there too. It died last fall, and then it regrew from the roots. But it's one of the ones that's really suffering from not being up here in 12 days. See how sad it is? Like the leaves are all curled. The branches are still green, but the leaves are all curled and dry. I hope it lives. If it doesn't, I will not replace it with another willow tree. They just seem to not be tough enough. Another one, this tree's been here for 3 years, since 2018, and 12 days took its toll. So there's another one that's been here for 3 years. It's doing better than the one we just looked at, but still struggling. About half and half dry leaves, half good leaves. These are curly willows. So I planted about every other one. I do a curly and a globe and a curly and a globe. I don't have any weeping, or I'd have those too. So this tree is also, I think it's 2 years old. It's a little newer, but it's just not doing so good, guys. You know, the branches are green, but the leaves are dry. Hopefully it comes back. The rest of these willows are doing fine. This one has reached over the top. That's probably pushing 7 feet. This one's about 6 feet. Now these ones are only about a month old. And I dug really big troughs for them. And I think that was the secret. I just got to take my time planting planting them. Don't be hasty. So I'm learning that the ones that have been here for 3 years that don't have big troughs around them aren't doing so good. And the ones that have barely been here very long, which, require more water, are actually doing just fine. So if you're planting trees in the mountain desert, make sure you dig a big old trough for them. So this is another willow, and this one I just planted 3 weeks ago. Seems to be doing good. So that's all the trees, guys. That's the whole property. Give you one last view. Like I said, I own the road. I own to the road from about there. So like that. If anybody wants to come visit, you let me know. You're all more than welcome. Love to have people here. Goes all the way up to there, and then I own to the road the whole way. So it ends up being about 12 acres is mine, and then my family's got some that I share with, and then there's some more family a little bit farther down that has their own 5 acres, but it's all connected. So, I mean, no one else is gonna come on it. Okay guys, well there's the update. The bathroom has linoleum. I just need to set the toilet. You can actually thank Press On Channel, one of the people. Him and Lady Justice came up here with me. It was awesome. And he helped me set the linoleum in the floor of the bathroom there. So there's a toilet sitting there. I just gotta get it set, but I'm not doing that today. So the shipping container just got stuff in it. We're gonna try to get another one this year if we can pull it off. And then the water tanks, everything that waters the trees is right there, guys. Not the big garbage can looking one. That one's empty right now. But the other one. That one right there is my water. So that line goes in, the fill line comes out the bottom, and you saw it, it runs right here. This is it. So, and then I just have 1/2-inch funny pipelines ran off of it wherever I have a tree, and then a little bubbler. So, and you can twist these. They're pretty cool. You can just open them up, let out more water, or you can close them and just let out a drip. So, I'm not going to show you the bus today because it's pulled apart, it's destroyed. I've started insulating and framing up the walls. So, you know what? Screw it. I'll give you a shot. But it is a fucking disaster, so understand that. So these big tractor tires we got from one of the jobs that we do, we're gonna make stairs out of those right here. So that'll be kind of nice to be able to walk up right here. And here we are, the messy bus. I don't live here, guys. It's just a work in progress. So I've started insulating these walls, framing up so there's insulation behind here. Okay, the foam insulation. And then I cut out a few windows. And we will do that all the way down the length of the bus. So that's how I live when I'm up here. Pretty shitty, but not bad. We got generator, we got everything we need. We got a vacuum. We got a coffee maker. We got cupboards. We got a first aid kit. We got a bed. We got a grill. I mean, basically everything we need, right? Work in progress. I just ripped out all the dash. Been cutting a lot of the wiring out. Because we're not going to drive it anymore. This thing's just going to sit here. So, there it is, guys. Leslie, I hope you enjoyed it. I have to say, I love you very much. You're a wonderful, wonderful person. And I'm super glad to be your acquaintance. Anyway, that's the pile of firewood that's gonna get moved. Have a nice patio there. You see the fire pit that we can't use because it's too close to firewood. That's what I see when I walk out of my bus, guys. So, okay, updates coming. Hopefully sooner than later. Bye.